Your assumptions create your reality. You are living in a simulation. And in this video, I'm going to break down Chapter 5, The Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard. This is the truth that will set you free from all your limiting beliefs. Set you free from all the falsehoods that you've believed your entire life. I'm going to break this down for you. That way you can start using your manifestation abilities magically in your life. Change your life. If you don't like your life, if your life isn't the way you want it to be, then I'm going to teach you how to do this, how to create a better life for yourself, how to get out of debt, how to manifest money, how to manifest a relationship, how to manifest a new house, a new car, anything that you want. But just to be financially free and to live purposefully and fulfilled. That is really the purpose, because money really doesn't matter that much if you're not living your purpose and you don't have love in your heart and you're not enlightened with wisdom. So I'm going to break this down to truly help you better understand this whole concept and understand that this is the truth that sets you free. Okay, so the drama of life is a psychological one in which all conditions and circumstances and events of your life are brought to pass by your assumptions. By your assumptions. And what's that? Your inner dialogue, your states of consciousness. What are they saying to you unconsciously? What are they assuming that's going to happen to you tomorrow? What are you imagining without thinking about it? What are you automatically imagining? Where's your mindset? Okay, this is what we need to change from the internal world. Since your life is determined by your assumptions, you are forced to recognize the fact that you are either a slave to your assumptions or their master. Are you in control of your mind, or are you a slave to your mind? Because your inner dialogues and your assumptions are outpicturing your world. They're literally creating every event that you experience in your life. If you're in debt right now, it's because you have the assumptions that are congruent with debt. But you can simply change these things, okay? This is what we're getting into. To become the master of your assumptions is the key to undreamed of freedom and happiness. Become financially free. Find your purpose, your passion. Love your life. Become the master of your mind, of your assumptions. You can attain this mastery by deliberate and conscious control of your imagination. You determine your assumptions in this way. Form a mental image, a picture of the state desired, of the person you want to be. All right, not just the things that you want to have, but the person that you want to be that has everything that you want to have. All right, but in order to take deliberate, conscious control of your imagination, you have to have a faculty of your mind. You have to be conscious of where your mind is. Like, what is your mind? If you're spending your day reacting to different things that happen to you, you're not conscious. You don't have control of the direction of your attention. But there's ways that you can do this. There's simple techniques and exercises that you can use to develop this part of your mind. All right, so stay with me. Form a mental image in your mind, a picture of the state desired of the person you want to be. Concentrate your attention upon the feeling that you are already that person. Are you able to do this? Are you able to picture the state desired in your imagination of the person that you want to be and concentrate your attention upon this feeling, especially as you're falling asleep? Are you able to do that? If you're not, then you need to develop the muscle of your mind through the exercises. It's very simple. Anyone can do this. Anyone can change their lives. Anyone can change you have to change the internal world of you and your outside world to change. All right, it's that simple. And sometimes you have to do a little bit of work in the inner world in order for you to make that change. All right, so first, visualize the picture in your consciousness. Then feel yourself to be in that state as though it actually formed your surrounding world. So you're thinking from the event, not of the event, but from the event. Remember, if you're conscious, you're in the now. And if you're in the now, then you're thinking from the event. But if you're thinking of it, then you're not conscious. You're thinking sometime in the future or the past, usually the past, and you're not going to create anything with your imagination. This is the important part. You must become conscious and present with a well-sustained, focused direction of your attention. Then feel yourself to be in that state as though it actually formed your surrounding world. By your imagination, that which was a mere mental image is changed into a seemingly solid reality. So Neville Goddard is pointing out here how this is all done. All right? I am pointing out the things that may be required if you have done these things and your life still isn't the way you want it to be. It's not that this doesn't work. It's that your mind isn't designed yet for that. You haven't developed the muscles of your mind because you've been overconsumed with instant gratification, social media, pornography, alcohol, drugs, vices throughout your whole life. And that's why your mind cannot focus long enough on a mental image to where you can create it. All right? But we're going to get past that. I'm going to teach you how to get your mind back, how to start controlling your simulation. The great secret is a controlled imagination and a well-sustained, this is where Neville says it, everything I've been telling you. The great secret to manifestation is a controlled imagination and a well-sustained attention firmly and repeatedly focused on the object to be accomplished. It cannot be emphasized too much that by creating an ideal within your mental sphere, by assuming that you are already that ideal, you identify yourself with it and thereby transform yourself into its image. Thinking from the ideal instead of thinking of the ideal. Every state is already there as mere possibilities as long as we think of them. They're there as possibilities, like they might happen, they may not happen, they probably won't happen if you're thinking of them. They're mere possibilities. But they become overpoweringly real to you in the simulation when you start thinking from them because you're conscious, you are present. This was called by the ancient teachers the subjection to the will of God, the symbolic nature, the symbolic language of the Bible. Resting in the Lord. And the only true test of resting in the Lord is that all who do rest are inevitably transformed into the image of that in which they rest, thinking from the wish fulfilled. Resting in the Lord is holding your concentrated attention on an image of yourself being the person that you want to be. All right? You become according to your resigned will, and your resigned will is your concept of yourself and all that you consent to and accept as true. You, assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled and continuing therein, take upon yourself the results of that state. Not assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you are ever free of the results. Your life's not going to change until you change the internal world. When you understand the redemptive function of imagination, you hold in your hands the key to the solution of all your problems. All of your problems. The key here, I'm handing you the keys. You are handed the keys to the solution, the answer to all of your problems. Are you going to accept this? Are you going to accept the keys? Every phase of your life is made by the exercise of your imagination. Everything that's created in your simulation is made by the exercise of your imagination. So do you know what's happening in your imagination right now? Can you see the pictures? Because that's what's creating your reality. The pictures in your mind are creating feeling states. Feeling is a secret. Those feelings are impressed into the subconscious, then outpictured in the simulation tomorrow. Determined imagination alone is the means of your progress, of the fulfilling of your dreams. It is the beginning and the end of all creating. The great secret, again, is a controlled imagination and a well-sustained attention firmly and repeatedly focused on the feeling of the wish fulfilled until it fills the mind and crowds out all other ideas out of your consciousness. What greater gifts could be given than can be told in the truth that will set you free? John 8:32. The truth that sets you free is that you can experience in imagination what you desire to experience in reality. And by maintaining this experience in imagination, your desire will become an actuality. It will manifest into the material world in front of you, the simulation. And you are limited only by your uncontrolled imagination and lack of attention to the feeling of the wish fulfilled, of your wish fulfilled. When the imagination is not controlled and the attention not steadied on the feeling of the wish fulfilled, then no amount of prayer or invocation will produce the desired effect. Let me read that again. When the imagination is not controlled and the attention not steadied on the feeling of the wish fulfilled, then it's not going to happen. Okay? When you can, call up at will whatever image you please with your controlled imagination. Then and when the forms of your imagination are as vivid to you as the forms of nature, you are the master of your destiny, the master of your fate. This is what Neville Goddard's wife said right here. You must stop spending your thoughts, your time, and your money. Everything in your life must be an investment. And this is when you start to visualize yourself successfully, like if you can hold your attention on being the person that you want to be, that's who you're going to become. You're not going to spend your time or waste your thoughts, time, or money on anything that's not an investment, because you're going to be the person that you want to be, the person you love and admire, and you're going to give that person the world. But it's about seeing yourself as this person in your imagination. That's what creates that new concept of self. All right, so here it is. This is my grandfather's favorite quote. Visions of beauty and splendor, forms of a long-lost race, sounds and faces and voices from the fourth dimension of space, and on through the universe boundless, our thoughts go lightning shod. Some call it imagination, and others call it God. Dr. George W. Carey, the new name. All right, so we're going to be getting to the next chapter here very shortly, but I just want to let everybody know. That's why I tried to tell you throughout the video. If you aren't experiencing financial freedom in your life right now, if you're not experiencing the life that you want to live, and you're not the person that you want to be, like you don't look up to yourself, you're not confident in yourself, you're not manifesting the way you want to manifest, it's because you lack the muscle of your mind, your directed attention, concentrated attention, and being present and being able to hold on to this new image of yourself, being the person that you want to be right now. So I want to direct you to my school community. It's the very first link in the description, where I have a systematic classroom that's going to break down the exercises to develop this part of your mind. It's really that simple. And I also have 3 live events, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, where I cover these topics in detail for an hour at a time. And I answer your questions on Friday. I have a Q&A session, a live Q&A session, where I'll answer your questions. If you have any other questions relating to this, I'm going to answer those questions the best as I possibly can. All right? We have an entire community with almost 1,000 members right now. All right, so that's the link in the description. The very first link in the description. Join there if you want to become financially free, you want to develop your mind. I love you guys. I will see you inside the school community.